the lane's going to be a lot harder. The Necro's going to be able to likely bully him, but if he's able to do well in mid matchup, he could just kind of or maybe the game. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how much playmaking and everything matters for laning phase 2, because yeah, the draft looks like it's Ember, Morph, Ember, and Lycan cores also, so playmaking is a bit strange on that side. Navis, if they get out of lanes, they can group up. They could take over, but I see a pretty good Morph game if Watson's able to have.
Let's see if he's able to get that. This last time round, we saw Malady doing an excellent job of securing the lane. See if they can have as great of a start this time round. See what sort of potential the Primal Beast is going to be able to offer.
Yeah, it's too bad that we don't get to see, of course, like people we don't know changes and stuff like that. But Morph Willow, that's not a thing of the past. Just letting you guys know, there's no Morph Willow anymore. It'll be cool to see, but yeah, let's take bottom. I'm gonna see how much pressure they put onto this Morph lane. I'm really curious about this Primal.
Okay, so I guess, what are sort of the upsides of having Primal Beast in this position? What, the sort of idea that you're going to be able to trade pretty nicely if you can get on top of this Chen and just punch him?
Yeah, I mean, Chen can't really bully you, and you're just going to be this follow-up from the side. You're kind of like, you're not Clockwork, but you're a long-range initiator and decent damage. So he will be able to provide soul assumption stacks for the Visage. Let's see. Let's see if they can actually bully Watson, because last game he got an absolutely free lane.
Yeah, no, I'm interested to see how bullied Rebel does get in this matchup. How much pressure no one can apply as the Necrophos, and if it does sort of shake up Rebel's early game enough to stop him from having the chance of popping off as much as he did in game 1.
I think it should. I mean, that's the reason that they picked it, is to just make sure that he's slowing him down and having that good start so they can rally around. Because last game it did feel like they had nothing to rally around. After the Pucks game didn't go like perfect, there was nothing to do. There was no one to actually play around. No,
they didn't have a hero to go in.
No.
For sure, Lycan also suffering as much as he did in that game.
Let's see, we see the pulls happening. Pulls behind the towers, of course, in the bottom lane. Watson's actually going to lose out on quite a bit of farm. Lost 2 creeps there. Should be able to find a couple more here. Up. This is a tough lane for the Lycan as well as the Willow. Solo, he's the one that maybe can die, but they can't pressure the Pudge, and Pudge has kill threat on both. Miro? He's just bullying both. This is what he wanted to happen last game.
Yeah, just been able to run at the 2 of them.
Gilger actually might just, he has to just completely run away. All right, they're completely pushed out of lane. So Navi looks like we'll have a different game this time. 2 lanes going incredible.
Free farm in the mid, free farm in the top.
They can't even get XP top on.
Well,
he's zoning them both.
That far away that
he is zoning them both. Yeah, they're having to just creep pull with the wolves. But oh, they lost the aggro.
Yeah, he's only able to get half the creep wave there.
He got half.
Just a couple of melees.
And the lane's just pushing. Look at V2, and he's controlling it. Oh my goodness, Owen. This Lycan's gonna get nothing.
We've already seen one Lycan have a tough game this series. We might just see a second, and arguably this one even tougher of a start with how much is getting taken away from him.
He's almost dead. Like one more auto attack and he's dead with a soul rip.
I mean, how do you sort of recover this situation? You just got to keep trying to get the pulls off, grab the creeps.
You have to just try to get the lane reset, the positioning. It's going to start getting a little bit better, but if the lane is met up there, you can't walk up for Sundown. You need to be closer to tower. You might just die.
See on the other side of the map how things go. Oh yeah, getting very, very low there, Miro. Not easy. Easy at all. V-Tune's going to be very happy with the state of the lane here.
He walks up. If he doesn't block with wolves, one hook dead every single time. He's got his helm coming up, but...
I see bottom. Watson. He's how we get first blood there. He's able to just walk down lays.
Top.
Off the initial setup, and not a moment too soon there, because obviously the other side of the map, V-Tune finally able to punish Miro for sitting around as low HP as he was. But yeah, not before Watson was able to grab first blood for Hellraise, who's down bottom.
They're just playing the farm lane, and I guess Lays tried to push the limit to get aggressive and just gets turned. Now he has Ogre Frost Mage, the Ice Armor maybe. That shouldn't happen.
I mean,
You don't want your Visage dying to morph.
Kind of look at sort of the CS. Yeah, both offlaners definitely having a tough start here. So many denies here from each carry. You know, Vitu top 12 denies, and down bottom Watson 14 denies. So both carries are able to have a really solid hold of the lane.
And mid too, right? The Necro he's gonna have 10 denies. He's gonna hit 6 while the Ember's still level 5 probably. So
yeah. No, he's having that edge that he'd expect to, right? Being on the Necrophos. I'd say, if anything, I feel like Ember's probably happy that he's getting what he is getting out of the lane. There's still 20 CS. I feel like I've definitely seen Embers in worse shape when they've been put against the Necrophos in that matchup.
It is a grim. Yeah, he is super comfortable. He's played these matchups. He's been counterpicked in pubs. You know, he's played versus the Huskars and the Necros, the 2 harder counterpicks before.
Push no one. Straight for the urns. So looking to try and find opportunities to get those charges.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Why not versus the Morphling if he wants to? If he wants to go for Vessel, he can this game. I don't mind it. Playing versus all the Chen heals too. And they're playing around mid. Almost 6 on Necro. Too strong. Definitely back off the wave though. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
you don't want to take your wave though. You want to give that XP to the Necro. Necro 6 off the next wave, and then you just hard commit if you can with the catapult.
Let's see if they can catch him.
Just commit more.
Should be able to get him here. Drop the ult. There it is. Enough damage? Not quite, but they'll run him out underneath the tower, and of course, pre-level 6. No chance for escape there for Rebel.
Good move. I think you full commit for this kill. Now you get tower pressure as well with the Necro. Your Pudge is free top. Your Visage has the lane at his tower. Good move, Navi. This is going to be really good damage on this tower. Who do they react over with? They're trying to bring the 2 supports to slow it down a bit.
About this. Navi will respect that they're turning up on the numbers. Hovering around the area though. Top lane is so, you know, Vitu with his Vanguard, it's pretty much indestructible for the rest of this laning phase, this early game. So he's going to be completely ignored. We'll manage to continue to get completely unhindered CS top lane. 43 and 18 here, 6 minutes in.
It's literal free CS on both of those cores. It's crazy. But Watson having the same thing, level 6. He's only level 4, and now he can be left alone on the morph while his support Malady gets his own farm.
And I won't lie, that was unexpected.
And how do sort of things scale, would you say, between a carry morph and a carry Pudge?
I've never seen the match. I've never seen the matchup. I can imagine the morph outscales quite hard later, but that being said, Pudge does have a good timing when he gets Aghanims because of the health reduction and stuff like that, so that's probably why they went for this pick.
Should Gilga looking for the deny? He's going to be able to get it! The 3 of them causing Roshan to slam the ground. And that will mean the Roshan. He's the one to take Gilga out of the map and not Navi.
Middle tower is under attack.
I'm really curious to see how the matchups will go. Because I think, Pudge, you have this timing where you have Aghanims where if you're getting on top of Morphling, he can't actually like attribute shift and fight versus you. But then at some point, Morphling, if he gets to his like 3rd item, you're probably just going to be able to trade with the Pudge with like Scotty +1 or something. See if Navi can keep themselves at that big advantage setting tempo this game. I do think they'll get quite outscaled if they start making too many mistakes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They'll have to just let the tier 1 tower top guy. Really going to have the resources at this point to turn up and stop Vitu from getting what he wants.
Just got sent
pace for them. They're going to have Vessel done on Necro. So I think they should probably look to keep collapsing on these towers, have Vitu show up with the Necro. And yeah, looks like it should be pretty hard for HI to actually mount a defense versus like 3 or 4 heroes. Navi, as we mentioned, once they group up with this lineup, should be pretty strong versus what they're up against. No real D-push. No strong team fight from HR.
4 heroes from Navi just hovering around this mid area.
I like this. Yeah, this is a good move. I like Vitu making his way over. It's next tower, right? Just take all 3 towers down.
Get Gilga hit. Tell the wall come and grab him with the bite, and indeed they'll take Gilga down. Navi towards the second tier 1 tower here.
Radiant's middle tower
Tower's
is
falling
under
even
attack.
quicker than Hellraisers was able to take them in game 1.
I think honestly, like after this tower,
Radiant's
maybe
middle
even move
tower
down toward
just
bottom
healed
with the
over.
next, maybe even just with 3 heroes and have the Pudge TP afterwards. CV tune, walk back toward top, maybe pose a kill threat, and then yeah, the rest of them just go for that last tower, keep constricting the map for the Morphling. So,
Super solid here from Navi.
Radiant's courier just drowned in a
It's
pool.
nice to see them able to pick themselves up from what was a pretty rough game 1. Already here in this game 2, definitely matching and if anything leading here against Hellraisers in this first 9 minutes.
even cleaning up the Chen army there. Malady chose them for a second, they all get killed. HR, they're looking to just play a little bit like a farm catch-up here in lanes, because I think they're low, knowing they can't fight versus what they're up against. They can't kill no one. He's the strongest hero on the map at the moment on the Necro. Until they have Willow 6, they have no kill threat onto Necrophos. No one, kind of the king of the map, can go wherever he wants right now.
No, nobody wants to be near him, and nobody wants to be near Vichu. Two cores that can just plant themselves wherever they want.
Yeah, so I don't know if HR... I think they just let bottom tower die. Like, Watson right now, he can stay for a moment, but once everybody starts collapsing on Navi, it's pretty hard for HR to fight around there. I'd imagine they give it up. Gilder's only level 3. When Willow's 6, then maybe they can have a chance to fight around some towers, but yeah, at this point, give it up. Watson's going to lose his courier, and this tower is going to drop.
Radiant's bottom tower is staggering.
Like a drunk sailor.
Navi setting a good pace.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Super fast start. 3 towers there within the first 11 minutes or so.
Radiant's bottom tower has rung
Very
its
much
last
taking
bell.
over Hellraiser's areas of the map as well, you know, straight into the jungle. It's going to be easy for Hellraisers to get the space for sort of like Watson and Rebel to get those first couple of items that will enable them to turn up and fight Navi.
Navi. He'll
Can
be
get enough
found.
help here.
Nice wall wing.
Pushes himself over to the side and away from no one who was starting to close in on him. Good
Put his
escape.
army. Oh no. The worst feeling is a chance. His whole army just gets farmed up. So Navi now looking to just continue dominating the map. Now the next question for them is, how are they going to continue pressuring to look for these tier 2s and eventually look for Roche? Their lineup isn't the best. It's okay because of like the Flesh Golem plus Zombies plus Visage, but isn't the best at Roshing. So they have to just kind of keep this control of the map here, try to constrict. But ganking the Morphling is not easy. So continue to see Watson build up that net worth. Same thing for the Ember Spirit. They're pushing the limits because they're, you know, they're very elusive versus this limited sun right now. So they're still getting good farm on the map. So only, you know, less than 1k for Navi, even though they have 3 tower advantage.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this
HR still
damage.
getting plenty out of the map.
Yeah, I mean, and when would you imagine that Watson's going to look to turn up to the fights? Is sort of the Manta alone going to be enough for him? And will he indeed, did you need to get the full Manta off the back of the Yash that he's got queued up, or can he look to kind of rush the bigger items?
Radiant's
I
bottom
think Manta's too
tower
good on a hero like
faces a stiff
Morphling.
wind.
It's the most valuable hero for Manta because of your raw stat value. Malady, again, gonna get found out. Matt, we're offset.
And Watson's going to turn up and see if he can find some sort of a trade here. He's looking more sweet and strong. A lot of heroes here from Navi.
So down to
A risky fight, and he's still going to go for it, Watson. Wavebomb's in. The fear there catches the tail. That's going to be solo down, and no one's he's gone as well.
Oh my god.
Excellent defense there from Hellraisers that, without a doubt, Navi was not expecting
They're all dead
sort of
on.
reaction. I mean, they really are. They're going to be able to run down lanes, get a 4th hero. Yeah, there's no way. Navi did not expect that at all. Hellraisers just suddenly appear out of nowhere. They lose 4 heroes, Navi. I mean, that's a huge shake-up to the early game flow that Navi had got going.
This is a draft that you can't make mistakes like that, honestly. Like, I think even that one could be game costing. I think if they make one more
Radiant's
mistake on
top
Navi,
tower
this
is on the
Morphling just wins.
I mean, what was the big misread there, do you feel, from Navi?
I'm just surprised they're going for the morph. I don't think they have kill threat onto him. He just turns into the Undying
Yeah,
drop.
he just went straight in. He was like, you want to try and kill me? I'm just going to waveform into all of you because I know I've got the backup and sort of firepower to take you down.
Oh, and I gotta be honest, like I'm concerned for Navi. I don't see a way for. I'm really worried that this Ember and Morphing are just gonna be able to farm And like Navi, I think it's one more mistake and the game is looking pretty impossible. They have to play around their pudge.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like if they're gonna go for these type of plays, you have to have V2 in there.
Well, they're back in the same area, Navi.
Okay, playing around the pudge in this area, that's much better, but can't get caught by Gilger. Again, also Gilger, that was probably the clutchest moment that we could see.
Great fit.
But yeah, they can't get that caught again, and they have to play around the pudge. It's like one or two more mistakes in this game, and I think they just lose full control.
And I'll tell you what, as well, I think he must have only just hit the 6 right.
I believe so, yeah.
Because he's still sitting at 6 right now after that fight, so yeah, they couldn't have come online at a clutch of time there with the ultimate. Here we go. He continues to taunt Navi there.
HR is just fine. I mean, they're fine with this state of the game. I'm seeing Rebel, he's farming enemy jungle. Watson's getting his timing on his Mantha good. Yeah, this is looking pretty decent for them. Even though it's a 1K lead for Navi, Navi's draft needs to take over the map versus this heavy scaling draft a lot harder than they are right now. They're trying to. Right now they're all together, but it's looking where V2 is right now. And if the fight kicks off, V2 can't get there.
We're going to jump straight for no one. Chains to set up. Get the Ghost Shroud off. Swing strong charges across to help out.
Keeps on down the back.
Has been dropped. Navi, they're trying to continue to fight into this, but no one. He just dies. They see them get the setup with the Cursed Crowd. Also on a Watson's Water. Another move here where Navi just didn't have the numbers and the setup to be where they were. Hellraisers once more within their own jungle, just pushing Navi back out of it.
I'm a bit confused with the way that they're doing it too. Like I think V2 is probably telling his team, guys, wait for my Ags. When I have Ags, I can just dominate every single one of these fights because I can stick on Morph, counteract healing, etc. But they're going without him. This is twice now with a draft that does not scale like HR's that they're play sloppy on. Like this is not a time to be playing sloppy in these qualifiers. You have to play clean with these type of drafts. You play around your strongest heroes. Play around the Pudge and the Necro together. V2 now has Ags. Okay. Now they have to play around him. Okay. This last one was a huge mistake. This is maybe their last chance here. If they make one more of these mistakes versus Morphling, Watson just takes over. So they're gonna try forcing rush.
Alright, let's see if Hellraisers have anything to say about this.
They know what's going on.
Scanned. Not too easy. I mean, that's sort of kind of down to Rebel or Watson to be able to zip in and out the pit. Quickest of Roshans here for Navi.
Gilger is going to set up. The fear is on cooldown 20 seconds.
There might be an opportunity to disrupt this.
It looks like they're kind of giving it up right now. Lingering 3 heroes in the area, but they're pushing bottom. And tier 2 bottom is dying. There's an immense rally right now at the moment with the catapult.
Navi towards Gilger. He'll head out with the TP, and Navi, they are able to secure that. But I think, as you said, definitely a bit of a feeling that Hellraisers were kind of like, well, we don't care. We'll take the tier 2 bottom. We're not going to run the risk of trying to interrupt this Roshan. We're going to let you take it. I mean, as we did see, it did take them quite a bit of time. It wasn't a quick roast, so a lot of time was spent getting the roast, getting the Aegis. Whether it's worth it or not, it's going to be down to what Navi can do now around V-Tune with this Aegis in the next 4 minutes.
Yeah, agreed. They have to play super clean because the items are online. Like HR, Morphling has Mantha, BKB on Ember Spirit, the Helm of Overlord on Lycan. Like they've hit all their timings. So for Navi, it's how are they going to utilize this Aegis? How are they going to keep this? I mean, how are they going to grow their advantage? Because I think they're actually behind. Net worth doesn't mean anything to me in this game. I think this Morphling and Ember right now are having the time of their lives. I think they're like, okay, this game is eventually going to get to the point where Navi loses. The onus is on Navi to set tempo and try to close this game out.
They're definitely posturing to do that here, coming over to Hellraiser's half of the map, grouping up this tier 2 bottom, but at the same time, you know, Hellraisers, they're over towards the tier 2 of Navi up top, so happy to continue to take these trades against a team that has the Aegis advantage against them.
Top tower is about to take the plunge. Dire's structures are fortified.
Navi,
Radiant's bottom tower.
I'm going to try to bring the fight to them.
They don't have Beachy.
Not again.
They don't have Beachy. We see Rebel jump over the BKB. The Fear is going to push back the two of them. They've been split from Sweden strong. See the TP come across now to try and back things up. The fight's already kicked off, and Navi, they're already a member down.
Watson this is so annoying to play against. You drop Tombstone, he doesn't care. He turns into Undying himself. And then you're dealing with Tombstone plus Chen army plus Lycan army. It's too much. Navi has to immediately panic, run away.
Navi, they're trying to get some sort of a catch on
don't mind me.
the escaping members of Hellraiser's, but indeed they can't. Gilga again, Shadow Realm and a TP out.
And V2 trying to line up a hook, but there was summons, brambles, creep,
so
everything. There was nothing he couldn't do. He couldn't get that hook off. HR is, I mean, this is chill mode. This is one of the, I like seeing these type of games because like, it feels so weird that I feel like HR is massively in the lead right now, but Navi, they have this farm that's going well for the Pudge, but they don't have solution for Morphling as it continues going, and Watson's just getting bigger and bigger.
He's got the Blink Dagger now, and we are still yet to really see that team fight from Navi where they started off with V2. So yet to really see what happens when they all group up together as 5.
That's very fair. That is very fair. Maybe I'm not giving enough credit for the Pudge, but he hasn't been there. Like there's been multiple fights now where they haven't had him. So we'll see how powerful he is when he turns up.
Can't handle this deluge.
Imagine that Hellraisers probably choose to try and wait out this during 2 minutes that V-Tune has left on the Aegis. Navi, they'll set up for the top tier 2. Strong, ready in trees for any potential TPs that may come in from Hellraisers in an attempt to defend this.
Trying to bring down Radiant's top tower.
I was hoping he'd buy the shard, but he looks like he wants to be the initiator. This team is lacking. Game, so it makes sense he wants to blink.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And, you know, very much Hellraisers quite clearly showing that they don't care, you know, about what Navi's doing. We saw it when it came to the Roshan, we saw it when it came to the tier 2. They're more focused on just keeping the pressure up themselves and getting the trade and just being able to stay out on the map. Hardly any sort of feeling that Hellraisers is being sort of confined by this pressure of Navi at all this game. They're consistently able to get out and go to wherever they want.
Yeah, absolutely agree. They're keeping like the lane shove. You see the Wolves even there buying 1 extra hit for the catapult, anything like that. They're playing their own game. They're not reacting to what Navi's doing. They're just sticking to their own strategy. Navi looking to try to force something here. Aegis reclaimed in 30. Blink on Sweet is strong.
All right, let's see what they can grab. On the mid, they'll grab Gilga. It's been quite annoying for them, escaping too many times. This time they'll feel themselves, get him with a jump, take him down. Does mean that they're not going to catch anyone else by surprise. Roses out of that.
Good pick though. They can turn it into another tower here. And now there is a little bit of scare, at least for HR. They're probably telling themselves, hey guys, watch out, there's double blink daggers to catch on side lanes now. So they do have to be a little bit more careful.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So what happens now with the Aegis gone? RV to take a couple of tier 2s. See if they feel that they need to keep this pressure going before the next Roshan is up, or if they want to try and wait out. Next one.
Keeping his lane shoved. The Necro. He tries to go for something. I'm excited to see if we do get to the point where Watson's able to build this too. I mean, it's an item that's gotten buffed significantly on Morphling, the Aghanim's. We'll see if he's able to ever get there. They're scouting. They've got Wolves in. So it's seeing all of Navi.
Gonna go first.
Still being a little careful here, HR. Not wanting to walk into the high ground versus Tombstone. Even though they have Tombstone of their own.
Yeah, I mean, it once again really feels like, all right, you know, Navi's there, but we're just going to go elsewhere. They continue to favor just taking the trades. They'll lose the tier 2 down bottom, but they'll certainly be able to get the tier 2 top.
Structures can't be breached.
I could.
Glyph is popped. And Navi, they're actually maybe getting a little bit of poke damage on high ground.
Dire's middle tower is under
Navi,
attack.
I'm sure they're going to want to keep going. You know, they want to be noticed. They want to have some sort of attention because after the last 5 or so minutes, it's been Hellraisers just ignoring them. Finally, they'll be able to get a response out of them as Hellraisers do TP back.
Less than 1K. Just keeping it close.
Got a plus there. Yeah, 50-50 status. You would still lean further to Hellraiser's way with the game in this condition?
For the Morphling game, yes. I like the game for the Morphling, but maybe I'm not valuing how much the Pudge can do. Maybe.
Here we go. He does get gravity. That's going to be able to try to get the fear off. Oh,
he's alive.
The fear off. Rebel's going to be able to get it. Take down Swindle's now we'll see it fully focused down lanes. Navi, they'll be able to find the Lycan. The jump from Rebel doesn't want to stay in the midst of it all underneath the Necrophos and the summons, the familiars. So they'll back away.
There is so much on the floor, really, on both sides of the fight. So double tombstones, Chen armies, familiars, zombies. Watson doesn't want to full commit in. Didn't want to commit his BKB. I think he could have BKB'd and maybe gone for the Visage kill, but looked like he didn't want to get himself killed, maybe. They just settle with losing one hero and they just chill back again. Now, the hook by Watson.
The same time around the triangle, Gilga tried to get in on this. Say Watson, he's charging forward. Oh man, let's see if he can get
another hook.
Oh, he can. Grabs him again, and that'll get the kill done. Sure, I mean,
He's alive.
The heals are there. Vitu is still alive. And now he's actually ready to turn with the rock. They're going to lose Rebel, they'll lose Gilga. As you watch him TP out, they've got anything to stop it. They don't. He'll manage to make it away, but Vitu surviving against the efforts of Hellraiser. I mean, getting hooked a couple of times, it didn't matter. He's still able to live through it all.
You know, maybe I was offsetting the Pudge, and I think maybe I was. The spell lifesteal from the Shroud plus his talent. Holy crap.
Radiant's middle tower.
He gets soul ripped in the middle of it too, but oh my god, V2 back to full HP.
Middle tower just healed
They were so close. So close to taking him down, but being close isn't good enough.
I think he had, what, 3 heroes or 4 heroes in the rod as well?
Radiant's middle barracks have fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Just like that, even though it's V2, the one who gets initiated on twice by the hooks. Maybe that's how they, you know, V2 getting involved in the fights, getting hooked. That's what Navi wants.
Let's see how Hellraiser's trying to take the fight, potentially.
Watson?
Look towards V2. V2's in on top of him. Watson's in trouble. He's been dismembered.
He's dead.
Taken out. 3 dead. Quickly again here on Hellraisers. It's very rapidly falling apart for them off the back of that one fight. It really was just the Pudge factor. V2 gets involved, not able to 100 to 0 him, and you know Pudge is only going to get stronger with each failed attempt you make on his life.
Wow, I'm thoroughly impressed. It felt like they had to kick the pace up a little bit more in this game. HR, they were chilling back and farming, but then V2, he finally shows up and he's part of 9 of the 11 kills and he feels immortal.
Dire's courier has been killed.
It's another X. HR, their hands forced.
About to take the plunge.
Radiant's bottom
They
tower.
want to buy back, of course, with as low death time as they have here on Hellraisers. And I mean, they will respect it. They're not going to stick around and force the second raps. They know that they've got quite the lead here. 10k lead here.
So
now,
wild.
27 minutes in. And
Pudge with 7 flash heap stacks.
yeah, it's not going to be easy to take this man down. So of the Shiva's guard as well, picked up by no one. 2 cores at this point with the items they have and the lead they're able to build off the back of those last 2 team fights are incredibly tough to kill.
Yeah, and Watson's not going to be able to deal enough damage on his own. You know, I was thinking maybe the 3rd item when he gets it, but there's a reason they went for it last, V2. Now they're able to finally rally around him perfectly. BKB done too. HR, how do they kill this much?
See what they can find here. Ready with the smoke. Navi barely grouped up though. It's a hard jump to make for Hellraisers. And you can see it, definite hesitation in how they go about charging into this area of the map.
They probably feel like they don't have damage for both Necro and Pudge now. Let's see.
Navi. Need to get the favorable position with the smoke. Long wrap around towards the secret shop of Hellraisers. Sails on at the side of the river that Hellraisers might not quite expect.
They know. I think they just saw the damage on the skeleton of Maladies.
Set up for the jump kill guy. He's going to go in. He'll try and start things. Watson jumps down into the river. We see Rebel charge forward with Rebel, trying up the back lines. Looks towards Solo. In the last.
Tanky.
The Reaper side drop down onto the Lycan. That's Lycan out of the fight for now. Waveform. Tombstone down as well from Watson. Rebel, he's surrounded by Navi. He cannot jump out of this.
Too tanky.
Third hero dead. Very much feels like that the numbers just aren't adding up here for Hellraisers. These team fights as Navi pretty much walking out close to full health on everybody.
Wow. This is really strong team fights, and they can't even kill the Undying. Too many heals, soul rips, the tankiness glimmers, great pact as well. The full BKB is unable to even kill the 5 position.
See this again, yeah. Hellraisers very much committing for this fight. They see Navi in the river. They jump in, they want to try and get the job done, but as you say, just not even being able to take down Solo at this point. Nobody dying on Navi and Hellraisers. Each of these failed attempts at a team fight is making the game that much more hard for them.
Watson tries to TP out, gets caught by the stun. He's gradually going to tick away.
The Aegis Navi. They'll be ready to charge down these lanes, get up to the base, and look for a second set of racks, maybe even just the game that they want to threaten.
So cool. Yeah, so cool how these things, like how quickly it all kicks off too, because you felt that low period for like, what, 10 minutes or something, where HR is dancing around, avoiding fights, keeping things balanced, and then one thing goes wrong, Navi explodes at the game, V2, and showing why that punch pick really was the perfect one for the last one. Even though he wasn't involved early, he didn't need to be.
Yeah, he's hitting his timings now.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be this explosive. I knew the Aghanims versus the Morph could be big, but it felt like with that low period, the Morphling might be able to take over with that extra item disadvantage, but nope. Navi fully found their stride.
Definitely stick around for the third set of racks. I mean, Hellraisers are all up. I don't think V-Tune's going to have too many cares in the world right now.
Impressive.
They're trying to bring down Radiant's top tower.
What Hellraisers can do here. Last chance here to push back Navi. Deal with V-Tune twice though. You've been able to do it but once.
The tide
Watson looking for hooks.
I was always against them.
Against the jump in. He's looking for the backlines. Rebel comes straight for it. They will manage to grab him, but this is
they bit Watson.
There, controlling Watson. They jump inside with a waveform. BKB soon to be coming to an end. They'll lose the gem. Immediate buyback from Malady, but Watson is sticking down low to the rock. Will manage to push back V-Tune in time. Desperately running back towards the base. He will make it into the fountain. Back outside. Heroes just trying their best to keep the fight going. We'll opt for a TP out. Gilgit gets grabbed, taken down. Curse Crown does mean that the safe goes for the TP, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't back up on the rack. He's gone. Dismember out onto Watson. They'll grab them off again. GG is pulled. Navi right back here in this game too.
An interesting one too, right? Like the early mid-game after lanes, felt like they were taking some fights that were a little awkward. The game charge is dominating, but I guess Navi didn't care, right? Didn't really expect that. The Pudge just able